Good morning, beautiful people. I'm trying to get comfortable. I'm sorry, that was such an awkward way to start this. But good morning, beautiful people. My name is Cherisse and welcome to my channel. So I just wanted to get on here real quick today to share something really positive with you guys. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm going through a bit of a transition out of a nomadic style of living into now I'm living in an apartment with my brother. I moved in about 2 months ago and I got my first real person job, no longer on bars for the first time in 4 years. So I'm going through this big transition in my life and it has been really difficult at times, especially being in the city, dealing with overstimulation and just overwhelm. And yeah, so I have been sharing a lot more about that, and the recent posts that I've put out have been a little bit about like a decline in my mental health. But I really wanted to come on here and share something much more positive today. So I think this morning, I'm actually gonna head to work in like 40 minutes, but Gus, come here. Come here. Come here. My dog is just whining at the door because his bestie Maple is in there and I'm trying to separate them during my videos because they play too rambunctious and sometimes in my face in the camera. It's just overwhelming. But anyway, today I feel like it is one of those days that shows me, wow, okay, I have put a lot of work into myself. I have come a really long way because I know that when you've done a lot of healing work on yourself, when you're in those lower moments, it can feel like you've made no progress at all in your mental health, in your healing journey. And it can be really discouraging when you hit those low points again. But I am reminded like so randomly of how much work that I've done and how much progress I actually have made despite the bad days. So today I woke up honestly feeling kind of depressed. I am getting really tired of my job. I work in a parking lot pushing carts and I liked it at first because it's outside, and it's gotten to the point where I just am so bored with this job that it almost hurts. And so I'm actually on the look for a new job. I want to get a job as a barista. That's probably, other than working on farms, that's the job experience that I have the most of. I worked as a barista in different places for probably a total of 4 years. So I'm on the prowl for that. And so I just woke up feeling really kind of sad and also a little bit overwhelmed about some other things going on in my life that I am not willing to share on this, but just some anxiety and the depression just hit me so hard this morning that I was like, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to get out of bed today, like at all. And I'm still like, even thinking about it, I'm like, I do not want to go to work today. I am going to go to work just to prove to myself that like, even on days that I don't necessarily want to do something, that I can do this even if it feels hard. One of my healthy habits, and someday I would like to make a video of healthy habits that I have listed for like daily activities. One of those healthy habits for me is doing something hard. So this would apply as doing something hard because right now it feels really difficult to go to my job, even though I'm only working 4 hours. But anyway, I woke up feeling not so great, right? And I just felt so down on myself and my life, and I just had this super negative view about how everything was gonna go. I'm just like, I'm gonna get kicked out of the apartment, like I'm never gonna find love, I'm just gonna have to move to this place, and all these things that I'm hopeful for right now are just doomed to fail. And I got up feeling like gunk, in a bad fucking mood, and I turned on my positive affirmations. I listened to Chakra Affirmations by Andrea on Spotify. I will put a link below to this in my description. I like highly recommend her. I literally have been listening to her podcast for, I want to say, like a couple years now. Almost every morning. I go through periods that I don't, but especially since I've moved into this apartment, I have been listening to it very consistently almost every single day. It is my favorite out of all. I've listened to so many different positive affirmations. I also really like Louise Hay. I might also list below a YouTube affirmation for her, but I turned on these positive affirmations and I scrolled down and I clicked on the love affirmations, and it immediately started just like uplifting me, and I'm like, okay, I got this. Like, it's gonna be okay. Like, no matter what happens, I'm gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay. And then it switched over to, sometimes she does sound healing, so she will play like gongs and other instruments and such, and it switched over to, I think it's called the Beaver Moon Sound Bath. If you are looking at her podcast, that is the one that it switched to. And this, like, I am so about sound healing, so I cannot just be like, I've done so much work on myself alone. Like, I use healing tools on the daily to try to keep a positive mentality about myself and my life, and this is one of them. I'm so fucking grateful to be able to have. Like, it is magical that this woman has put this out, because I'm like, you don't even have any idea. Like, I did message her once, but at the same time I'm like, you have no idea how much these podcasts influence me every single day, and every single time I have a switch like this in my mentality, I want to message her again and just be like, seriously, thank you for creating this, thank you for putting this out. So this Beaver Moon Sound Bath started playing, it just automatically switched to it, and my like mentality just like that, I just started seeing everything in a completely different way. My intuition was heightened so much, and I was getting all these insights about all the situations that were depressing me and pulling me down and giving me anxiety this morning. I was receiving all of these intuitive insights from spirit that were completely different than what I woke up with having a perspective of. It just triggered something in my spirit to completely change my perspective of everything I was mentally processing and going through and experiencing depression and anxiety over. Like, wow, just absolutely magical. Like, the fact that I'm sitting here being this like happy compared to what I looked and felt like when I got up this morning, that is a massive shift that happened in like an hour. Guys, this was like an hour ago. I was in a really bad mood and just like, I don't know how I'm going to go to work and not cry all day long. Like, wow, the power of healing tools. If you have been considering exploring healing frequencies or binaural beats or positive affirmations, this is your sign to do it. This is your sign to do it. I realized that, like, I cannot say that this is going to work for everybody, because I do believe that everybody is different. Everybody has certain things that will impact them more positively than others, or have a stronger impact than others. But to be honest, I do think that sound healing and positive affirmations are some things that I genuinely believe might actually have a very positive impact on most people, if not all people, because it works directly with your brain, which, you know what, chemicals do as well, and those don't necessarily work for everybody. So I cannot say that this is going to work for everybody, but if you have been feeling that draw to try these things, do it. Absolutely do it. I have talked in so many of my videos about how healing and influential these healing tools have been to me. And it does not mean that I have all my shit figured out now. It doesn't mean that I understand how to manifest perfectly and the meaning of life and like everything's perfect and sunshine and rainbows all the time because I use these. And it also doesn't mean that it always helps and always works for me. But I will say that probably like at least 90% of the time, they are so helpful for me when I am in negative mental patterns and mental states that just, I would not be sitting here dedicating a whole video to how much this has transformed me if it has not had such a transformative effect on me. So if you don't know what to look for, I will also put a link below in the description for my sound healing playlist I have compiled, and I add stuff to it all the time. If you are just like, you want something, just some direction with that, go and check that out. You can look through them or just play it on shuffle or whatever. A lot of these are like very long, just so you know. This is a YouTube playlist. Some of them are like 11 hours. It's great to listen to these while you sleep too if you're not too sound sensitive. Sometimes I do not find them beneficial for sleeping, and there are some sleep healing videos that just keep me wide the fuck awake, and others that actually really help, but it's also dependent on my state at that time, because some nights I'm like, I need complete silence. Check these out if you feel drawn to it, or if you don't want to go to that playlist, you can just type in the search bar on YouTube healing frequencies. And if you want to look it up for anything specific, like for anxiety, or if you are into chakras and you feel like there's a specific chakra in your body that is out of balance, you can look up that specific chakra. Or if you're experiencing certain pains, if it's in your head, in your heart, in your root, whatever it might be, you can look this up. There's so many healing videos out there. Same thing for positive affirmations. You can check out the links that I put below to either that Spotify by Andrea, or you could go to the one Louise Hay that I'm going to list below, or you could just type it in the top and find your own awesome positive affirmations. So guys, there are so many resources to transform your life and to transform your day. So many resources. If you need help, there is help that is there and it's ready for you. And I personally know how overwhelming it can be sometimes. Like, even just the amount of information, it's like, nope, can't even do it because I'm overwhelmed by the amount of information. And if that's the case, like I said, go to one of the links that I've put below where the information, it's lessened. Okay, those are some direct links to stuff that you can check out if you are too overwhelmed to try and find something on your own. And I know that these are not necessarily going to always work for you, for everybody, but it's worth trying it out. It really is. I am like so glad and grateful that I get to even come on here and share with you guys. Even through the bad days, the mental health lows, I have come so far. And sometimes it doesn't feel like that. I will say that there are really bad days sometimes, and it really, really, really does not feel like I have made any progress at all. But I will also say that if I fight through that, which I always have up until this point, if I continue to fight through that and not give up on myself, I break through to the light again, and it's always even brighter than it was before. And I'm reminded how strong and how amazing and how resilient and powerful I am, and how much I have created for my life, even if it doesn't always look like it to other people. It looks like it to me because out of everybody in my life, I know myself the best. And you know what they say about change? Like when you make change, like you tend to be like one of the last ones to notice. I notice the change that I've created in my life and in myself. So obviously I have, and I hope that you hear that if that's what you needed to hear. I hope that that really creates some light in your own heart to anybody who is struggling with self-worth issues around your mental health or whatever it is that you might be going through if you're not receiving the support and the love that you need right now. I just want you to know that you're not alone and you are doing so much better than you think that you are, even if it does not always feel like it or it necessarily look like it. You're amazing and you're beautiful, and I am so glad that you are alive and that you are here. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for being here. I hope that you guys have an absolutely amazing and beautiful day. Thank you for being here with me through this crazy wild journey. Like, oh my goodness, if you're brand new here, please do check out my other videos, like and subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll see you next time, beautiful people. I love you. Bye.